Hi, everyone. Welcome to the One Conscious Love Network. I'm here with Angel. You saw Angel earlier this week at our energy protection event, but now, Angel, you're back and it's all about you today. So please introduce yourself and tell everyone how it is that you shed your light in the world.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Melanie. And I really enjoyed Tuesday's session as well. It was just amazing to be amongst such great speakers and those who care about wellness and healing and all of those things. So,
Mhm.
a little bit about me. I am the Self Care Catalyst and the founder of My Self Care Catalyst. I help high achieving women recover from burnout and any woman in general, because you don't have to be a C-suite executive, but you could just be a woman who's getting pulled in multiple directions and all those things. And when we do that, we deplete our energy a lot. So I help women recover from that and then learn how to put things in place and different boundaries in order so then they don't fall into burnout again. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much, Melanie. And I look forward to the conversation.
Yeah, I think it's so beautiful what you do, and it's so important. What brought you to that? Well, how did you get started?
Yeah. Well, this has been a long time coming. So, a part of it was my childhood. I'll take you back. And I grew up in a very codependent household. I would put everyone else's needs above my own, and I just
Mhm.
wanted to keep everyone happy and keep the peace, right? I also was dyslexic in school, and I didn't know that until I was 26. So, that kind of built an overachiever and overcompensator inside of me. And so I would push, push, push. I would be involved in every activity you could think of. I would be there for my friends, family, and everyone, but not myself. The same thing happened with my work. I'd push, 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 work extra long hours and all those things. And when I was 27, so 2019, I was in that routine and I went to go see an author in New York who was having a summit. And when I got back, I was like, I am tired. I really need to rest. But it was too late. And that Friday, I ended up fainting. And when the EMT came to my house, he said that it was like I had too many tabs open in my brain, kind of like a Google browser, and I shut down. And then I was like, okay, yeah, really need to step back. But again, my body was already screaming. And I ended up in the ER and urgent care two more times before COVID hit, just because my body was so tired. I had like my adrenal glands were shot. I was just in pain and all those things because I had been pushing so hard for all these years. So I took the time to kind of understand, like, what does it really mean to take care of yourself? Because we're in an era of self-care, and most of the time people think bubble baths and massages and all those things, which those things are good, but you also have to take care of your mind, body, and soul in your internal
Mhm.
world. So I learned how to do that, and I've also been on the therapy journey for about 5 years up until the point of 2019. So I took what I learned in therapy as well and meshed it together with the self care framework that I have now. So women can really take care of their whole self, not just getting your hair and nails done, but also your mind, body, and soul. So you can be a well balanced person.
Mm, that's so beautiful. Yes, mind and body connection is so important.
100%. Yeah.
And how do you work with people? What happens when a client comes to you? Somebody's watching, they're feeling that burnt out. I know I have a good friend that's going through that right now. Like, how does it work to be
Yeah.
with your
So
clients?
okay, I have some cohorts as well, and I believe that community is important. I
Mm,
believe that when you're by yourself in isolation, that brings shame and that brings up more judgmental feelings. But when you have community around you and you realize I'm not the only woman going through this, in fact, it is 80% of women who don't say no and don't prioritize their self and their health, they have a higher chance of getting autoimmune diseases. So 80%, that's pretty big, right? So when
yeah.
you come across other women and you realize, okay, I'm not alone, we're going through similar things together, we can get through this and like move forward together, that takes a layer down and it helps to take your mask down. And then
Mm,
in my cohorts, we have a course and it helps you to number one, think about the surface level things with self-care. So, your posture, making sure you're taking care of yourself, brushing your teeth is a win. If you don't get to put on makeup, you brushed your teeth, that's a good thing, right? And then the second half is when we get into like boundaries, letting go of past
Mm.
hurts, practicing forgiveness, learning how to have healthy relationships with other people. And then we end with the retreat where you get to meet everyone in person. So it's like that virtual community that you had and like those connections that you had, you now get to meet in person and kind of put some of this stuff into practice while you're there together. And it just makes it more powerful. And
Mhm.
in the top tier course I offer, we do have one-on-one coaching, and that's where women they usually come in like frantic, like Angel, I don't know what to do. Like I'm depleted. I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
My body
Yeah.
hurts. I've had this headache for like 3 weeks. I don't know what to do. But like the moment that we work together and I'm like, okay, it's you and I here. I kind of mentioned this Tuesday. Let's ground ourselves. Like, let's just think about the best next step, and then we can choose their adventure. So if they want to focus on like self-care in the aspect of like their health, maybe they want to incorporate more physical activity. Those
Mhm.
one-on-one sessions will be geared towards that. Maybe it's towards family time or setting boundaries with your family. Maybe they want to share some of the responsibilities of laundry, cooking, chores, all those things. We look at how to delegate that within the family and make it so other people feel like they have a role and they feel empowered to help out. If it's
Mm.
like more the emotional stuff, which a lot of times it is, we go deeper and I can take some of the activities I give in the course and then like we go a little bit deeper, like what landed for you, what didn't land for you, how can we tweak it to fit you? Because I believe we're all individuals. We all have different fingerprints and there's not just like a one size fits all. So I go in to tailor that as well. So
Mhm.
women, they get to choose their own adventure with me in that, but then they also have that community aspect as well.
That's so beautiful. I love it how there's like this community and unity between those women that are feeling the same way. And then to see each other grow and get better over time must be very powerful.
It is. And it's also short. Like, and I don't mean like short, but if you're someone who's burnt out, essentially, right? You're not going to want to do this big overhaul. You're not going to want to sit in an hour-long virtual session with me
Right.
every week, right? So the videos are like 15 minutes at most. And
Okay.
then like you have an activity that you can do throughout the week and there's a Q&A session. And I just love to share that part because again, if you're already burnt out, you're
Mm.
at your wit's end. You're not going to want to add too much more on. So with that, it's like short, bite-sized pieces, but you get that powerful impact that's going to take you further. And then that community aspect as well. Like maybe if you don't feel like you could ask me, you can ask Sarah in the group. You know what I mean? And like then you
Mhm.
build relationships as well, and then it just spreads. Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And I can see how vibrant and happy you are about hosting
Yeah.
all of that
Yeah.
and working in that field. Your passion is very fascinating and fun to see.
Thank you. And yeah, it's my baby leap. It's like what brings my spirit alive. And
Mm.
it took me 11 years to learn this stuff. So if I can have women learn it in like 3 months and get a foundation, I'm like, here, please take it. You don't have to spend over a decade going through what I went through. You can learn it a lot faster.
Yeah. And it's so important in that time of their
Yeah.
lives and their suffering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what is one conscious love to you, Angel?
I think it's that unity aspect. So, okay, let's break it down. I love breaking down like words and definitions and all those things. So, one conscious, you are thinking about what you're thinking about essentially, right? And then love, I think everything should be stemming from a place of love, not a place of shame, not a place of judgment or anything like that. So it's healthier that way. And love isn't always like roses and daisies, but sometimes love is telling the truth in like a very gentle push, but it's holding you accountable. And then
Mm.
network, it kind of goes to that community aspect. So we're stronger together. We are a lot stronger when we're working together. Again, what took me 11 years, now other women can come together and learn it a lot faster. And we can just move forward. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. Beautiful. I love that. Anything else you want to share with everyone watching?
I just want to tell you that you are doing a good job. You may be thinking that, you need to be doing more, you could be better and all those things, but you're right where you need to be.
Thank
And it's always about the baby steps. You know what I mean? It's not going from A to Z, but it's from A to B to C. So just today, think about the one thing that you can do better, and you're just going to thrive.
That's beautiful. Thank you so
Thanks,
much, love.
Melanie. Yeah.
Thank, thank you everyone for watching. Reach out to Angel. You're gonna benefit so much from it. And as you're watching this interview, if you think of a friend or a family member that needs to hear this, then please forward it to them because burnout is a very serious condition and we don't want to lose anyone to it. Yeah. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for being here, love.
Yeah. Thanks, Melanie. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Thanks everyone for watching and see you soon.